Welcome everyone to our Friday webinar today on Friday, October 18th with my lovely co-host Nidhi. How are you today?
I'm good, Michelle. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So happy to be joined by all of these people that are joining us. This is just fantastic. I know Nidhi, you always love seeing all of these wonderful people that are here with us.
Oh, yes, and it's exciting to see there are more participants this week than we had before,
I
which
know
is great.
it's even hard to imagine, right? I mean, we had so many last week that it's just incredible that the numbers keep on growing. So this is just wonderful. So I hope you had a wonderful week and any exciting plans for the weekend, Nidhi.
Um, Not sure. I might be traveling over the weekend, but yeah, I haven't really decided. What about you?
So probably just going to do some fun things outside. The weather is changing. It's getting nice and cool. So I'm going to
Yeah.
take advantage of that. Yes. Thank
I'm
you for
happy to
asking.
hear. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that the weather is much better there. That's good.
Yes, wonderful. So we'll just give it another minute. I see the room is starting to fill up with even more. So we'll just give you all another minute or so. While we're waiting for everybody to join, please go grab a glass of water, cup of coffee, soda, whatever it is that you drink. Grab it, get comfortable. We're going to have an exciting time together and walk you through what is Elevate Me. So grab that quick because we're just about to start. Fill it up, please, but don't spill it as you are getting comfortable in your chair because then that would just mean you have to clean it up and you might miss what we're about to talk about. And then as we are about to get started, you may begin putting in questions in the Q&A. It's that little button on the bottom. Nidhi and I will remind you as we are going through, but you can always check that out right on the very bottom, the Q&A. Please feel free to put your questions in and we will be answering them at the very end of our presentation. You don't want to miss those. Those are always fantastic. All right, are we about to get started on Friday, October 18th? Oh, all right, wonderful. You all are comfortable, ready to get going. Here we go. So let's get into a little bit about what is Elevate Me, who are we, and what we are about. So Elevate Me is a disruptor in the workforce, in the ed tech industry. Why are we a disruptor, right? Why do I use that word? Elevate Me offers a groundbreaking path for international students wanting and hoping to make that impact in the US sector. Our goal here is to elevate and unleash your potential, to elevate you to the top of this competitive field. We work to enable you to make that lasting impact and committed to supporting you every step of the way. We have an expert-led curriculum, practical project experience, and comprehensive career support. Elevate Me students receive a certificate of completion that validates the acquired skills. It also enhances the professional credibility in this competitive job market. The program is accredited by the Ohio State Board of Career Colleges. This certificate carries significant weight on their resumes, on your resumes. The accreditation emphasizes the rigorous standards and industry relevance of our curriculum, making your certificate a testament to your readiness and capability in the field. Elevate Me bridges the gap between theoretical and practical skills, accelerating that transition from your education to professional employment. This advancement is accelerated and supported by a rigorous 8-week live project program, complemented by 2 capstone projects and over 150 hours of real-time hands-on project training. All of these elements are complemented by career services support, ensuring that our students receive the technical skills to ensure that they are equipped with actual industry applications, knowledge, and support, making them highly competitive in this IT market. Our curriculum is crafted by industry experts, as I shared, coupled with that project work, which boosts the students' technical capabilities. This allows you to meet the demands of the IT industry. Our program significantly enhances the efficiency by assigning a personal recruiter to handle all of the aspects of the job application process. This includes applying for job applications, scheduling interviews, following up on those applications. This allows our students to focus more on refining their technical skills as well as their interview preparation. By allowing our career services team to manage all of those administration tasks of the job hunt, we allow you to streamline the path to employment, ensuring that you, our students, can dedicate your time to developing your professional skills crucial to success in this IT industry. And one more awesome thing is that you're able to mention the boot camp under your work experience as a fellow trainee. A little bit of who we are and what we do. Over to you, Nidhi.
Thank you so much, Michelle. It's amazing to see, right, all of the offers that we have on the bootcamp. And the best part is, over and above what Michelle just mentioned, we also offer 100% money back guarantee. This is just our commitment to you because, we are aware a lot of you students out there, especially international students, you've been applying for jobs, you're really disheartened, you're not sure which is the right place to go and reach out to when it comes to support on your job search. So as a commitment from our end, we will only take money from you only when you are successful. And that means we are successful as well. So only when you do have a job will we would keep the fee amount, but otherwise we offer 100% money back guarantee. How does the money back guarantee work? So once you join us, you go through the boot camp with us, and in 8 months from joining us, if you still don't have a job, you receive the entire money back from us as well. So I hope that kind of assures you that we are very committed, and we are also very sure about the services that we offer. And we are very, very sure that we'll be able to get the job for you. So yeah, over to you, Michelle.
Wonderful. I love that. I love that, backing it up. So let's see a little bit of our course offerings because we're so sure of our success. These 6 components are something that we are so proud of, and they're not in order of importance, but they are just so equally important. The first 3 make up our technical track. First is our live project, which is mentor-led. It is our live project training that you're going to get. And as I shared earlier, it is an 8-week program, super fast. It is incredible. It is wonderful, but it is giving you that practical experience. What is really needed today in this job market that employers are looking for is practical experience, not just basic, not just theoretical that students are getting once they come out of school, practical. We understand this, we know this, and this is why we've developed it. Our technical mentor understands what the job market is looking for and has developed this 8-week amazing course with a live project and 150 hours of hands-on training to ensure our students your success in the market. Coupled with the live project, you also have the incredible ability to develop further skills. What do I mean by that? You have the option, which I strongly recommend because it's incredible, I'll get to it in point 3, is 2 capstone projects. This foundational training and skill enhancement, right, because it's building on what you've already learned, will allow you to develop and enhance your GitHub. So some of you may already have a GitHub and say, oh, all right, I have one. Now we're taking it to that next level. We are making it so much better, and we're giving employers exactly what they've been asking for. Employers are hungry for a beautiful GitHub. They want to open it up and they want to see how beautiful and how glorious it is. We're giving it to them. You're giving it to them because you have not one and not two, but you have 3 glorious projects that you have worked on that you can talk about. And the great thing is that you have done it. It's not fake. It is not dishonest. Folks, it is something you have done. That is key because you will go into interviews with the confidence and with the experience to talk about it and successfully land those jobs. And this is something that we strongly believe in, which is why we have that money back guarantee. Let's get on to the next 3 topics. Career support. Look at that. What's that word? Day 1. Incredible. We hear you. We hear you all that you want support. You want to work with the career coach. You want career support. You ask, we deliver. Job search support from day 1. The moment you enroll, you are working with your career coach to figure out and understand what are your goals. We listen to you, we understand, and then we support you. We help you get ready for marketing. We help ensure that your materials are competitive. Why do we do that? Because prior to coming to us, you've been applying for 2,000 plus jobs, not getting anywhere. If you got somewhere, you probably wouldn't be here. You've gone through all these interviews. Maybe you've gotten a couple of different rounds and then nothing happens. It fizzles. So now you want to talk to us. We're going to work with you to see how we can get you to great. You're probably very good right now. We help you get to great. Great gets you the offer. That is what we're doing, and that's where we have those deep conversations. Where are those fine-tuning points? That is part of our support. We have expert career coaches that can hear you and see you and understand where can you go to make you great. As we continue in that process, you will have that exclusive job application support that I was mentioning earlier, where we have a dedicated expert team that is working on the job application process for you, so you can focus on honing in on those skills. We want you to prepare for technical interviews, behavioral interviews, how to prepare. So leave the job application process to us. We know how to take care of that. Let's get to number 5, the personal and professional growth. Along the way, you want to succeed and grow in these companies, and we want the same for you. So we work on soft skills training. We do that in a number of ways, in our weekly office hours, in our one-on-ones, and just random conversations to help you become better. Certain things that we work on: influence without authority, communication, problem solving, adaptability, all things that you're going to have to work on when you're in an office environment, even in a remote setting. We know this, so what we do is we help you advance these skills. You all have them. We help bring them out of you. Our goal is to help you have long-term growth. And now, kind of what I consider the most important is that human touch, that human support. A lot of what we do here is have a lot of connection, whether it be mentor calls, coaching calls, the weekly office hours, the WhatsApp. There is always someone available to talk to you if you ever need it. The emotional support. This is a very strenuous process, and there's a lot of emotions that go into it because you're facing a lot. Our team here is able to handle that because a lot of us have been through what you've been through. So we understand the challenges and the issues that you're dealing with. We have 2 ears that are ready to listen to you. Anytime you need to call, you want to text, email, our team is always here. We feel that is a big component to make sure all 5 of these are working. Another reason why Elevate Me is so successful in ensuring our students are successful as well. Nidhi, over to you.
Thank you so much, Michelle. And that makes a world of a difference, especially the last one that you just spoke about. We know that international students in the US sometimes don't really have any support system. Your family is not there with you. Sometimes you don't know what's the next step to take. So this, as Michelle mentioned, is one of the biggest highlight of our bootcamp, and we're very, very proud of it. So now, since Michelle's spoken about all of the offerings, let's see specifically what the Fast Track Data Analytics Machine Learning course offers. Now, we're very, very proud of this specific course because we have launched this keeping all of your requirements in mind. We know exactly what your journey looks like in the US as a student, probably in your final year or just graduated. So here is what our course offerings look like. Ours is a 5 months boot camp, which means you receive extended support from all of our team members for that 5 months, all of the support that was shown in the previous slide. And this, as I mentioned, it's specifically designed for international students who have graduated and are on the OPT period. So you know you're crunched on time, you're concerned about what next, you know the clock is ticking, and that's when we step in. So we also offer weekly enrollments, so weekly batches is what we have. And the reason why we are doing this is to make sure that we can give you the support as soon as possible. Now, I'm sure you're aware if you've contacted other boot camps out in the market that most of the places have monthly enrollments. The reason why we've started weekly enrollments is to make sure that you can start these services at the earliest. So even today, if you were to enroll with us, as early as next Monday, you can start all the services with us. Now, how does the technical training or the live project look like? So we have a 2 month mentor-led live project. Now, this is one of the most exciting part of the bootcamp because our technical mentor comes with years of experience in the market. He has been an international student. He has started off just getting a simple job, a foot at the door initially, then moved up from a data analyst to a data scientist, and has taught hundreds of students just like you and helped students like you pivot and get into this the tech domain that you dream to get into, right? So it's going to be a 2 months live project. It's very similar to a simulated office. Now, that's how I'd like to call it, because unlike a capstone project where you're not probably working on your own, or even if it's a group, it doesn't really give you the experience of being in an office. Our live project is very different because what we are offering is an actual real world experience. You would be working in a team environment. You will be coordinating with each other, and your mentor will be there to support you and guide you through the entire thing. And it's something that you can proudly speak about even in the interviews as an experience in the US. And when it comes to the job support, now this is something that we know all of you are excited about. So the bootcamp does offer job application support to all of you. We are aware that you'll have multiple things to juggle. You have the live project, you're in contact with your career coach, you're upskilling, you're learning a lot of new skills on the bootcamp. And while you're doing that, there's a dedicated team that will do the job applications on your behalf for up to 5 months. Now, what this means is from the very week one, like once you start with us, from the very first week onwards, you can actually start the job application process. There are a couple of prerequisites that you need to submit. And once that is through, we can start the job application process for you. So I'm sure that's really exciting. And over to you, Michelle.
Thank you, Nidhi. So Nidhi kind of walked us through a little bit of a layout. Let's look at the fast track in phases. And specifically, remember, it is a fast track. It's going to move super duper fast, right? You are going to sneeze and it's completely over and it's done. That's how quickly it is. My sneezes are a little bit long, so maybe it's not so much 8 weeks. Maybe it's more like 10 sometimes, but it is only 8 weeks. I can sneeze shorter than that. So yeah, it's 8 weeks. So this is a fluid process. So don't get hung up on moving from 1 to 2 to 3. It is a fluid process regarding phases 1 and 2. So depending on when you come in, let me be a little bit more specific. So our live project starts the first of every month. Our career track starts every Monday, not the first of every month, every Monday. So depending on when you come into the program or when you enroll and you get so excited and you're talking to your admissions advisor and you enroll that day. Very cool. We've had those. We've had one-day enrollments. It's been pretty awesome. All right. So depending on, let's take that scenario of coming in the middle of the month, same day enrollment, and it's a Monday, right? Random Monday. Let us take this type of Monday, which I think would be the 21st. We'll go with that. You would enter into phase 1. Phase 1 means that it's starting that foundational, going back to what I shared a little bit earlier, that you have that great opportunity to work on those capstone projects. 2 of them, if you remember, I said the 2. You get to that opportunity to work on it, take your time, and then put it into that GitHub, enhancing it, making it stand out. If you notice on this slide, it also says plus career coaching. As I started this statement, career coaching always begins, right? Day 1. I shared that in an earlier slide. Career coaching always begins. The cool thing is that you can start getting warmed up with career services, understanding what needs to happen, having that conversation with your career coach to figure out what are the next steps, getting ready to begin the marketing process. So you have that time before the live project and the fast track program actually starts. So if it's the 21st, foundational career coaching is started, that's approximately 2 weeks before November 4th, which is a Monday, and the live project starts. That would now be phase 2. Now you are really working with your mentor. It's the live project. You're working with your batchmates. You are fully involved. The great thing is you've got those 2 capstones into your GitHub taken care of. Career coaching has already started. You're in the groove, right? You're now working on that time management, which is a soft skill, right? You've already have that understanding of how my time is going to be managed. If you also notice, career coaching has continued. That has not stopped. But now all you've done is add the live project. You're now problem solving with your batchmates. You're now collaborating with your batchmates, right? You're now accountability with your batchmates, adaptability with brand new people, right? That is another soft skill. Super awesome, right? We share that we work on soft skills, right? Fantastic. And then you sneeze, 8 weeks is over. What happened? Oh my goodness. Now we get to phase 3. In this whole process of the live project, and you're not waiting till the live project is over, 4 weeks into the 8 weeks, so 1 month in, the job application support begins pending that you submit all your materials. Now you start the job application support, still with career coaching. Fast forward the whole 2 months, job application support still begins. And Nidhi will get a little bit more into that. I'll leave that, the fun part, for her. But you still have career coaching, you still have job application support beginning and ramping up. I will also mention that you still have your technical mentor to help you with any type of assessments, doing mock technical interviews. All of that is still there. Career support is always with you. That doesn't leave you, but the job application support is there. But as you see, right, you sneezed, fast track, it's done. A lot of cool things are going. It's very, very fluid. And I believe now Nidhi is going to share even more fun, exciting things for you.
Yes, exactly. Now, in this slide, as Michelle mentioned, we're going to do some math, and let's have a look at what exactly our career services support is going to look like. Now, all of you, most of the students who join us, before they join us, one of the top asked question that we have is, hey, I do job applications on my own. I don't get a response. So what are you going to do differently to support me, right? And you're offering the money back guarantee as well. So let's break down and have a look at what our offerings are when it comes to supporting you with your job search in the US. So as Michelle mentioned earlier, we have one-on-one career coaching support right from day one. And this makes a world of a difference. We've had, here's a success story I want to share for sure. We've had a student who's joined us, was interviewing earlier, couldn't crack it, but then she joined us, and at the same time, she was interviewing with another company, right? She got on the boot camp, she started taking coaching calls from day one, and very soon she landed a job just within weeks of joining the boot camp. Hooray, we're super excited. And she's still staying on to do the live project with us. I mean, that's how exciting our program is. So having career coaching support from day one is very, very important. Why? I'll come to that a little later. Now, the real world experience being added to your resume. Why is it that our students join us and stick with us? Because they want to have that extra experience under the resume that really counts. Something that you can proudly speak about in any interviews for years to come. Now, that's what we offer with the live project on our boot camp. It's a real world experience. Like I mentioned, it's a simulated office. It's a real world experience that you can put up on the resume and talk about in any interview. And then, of course, here's an exciting part, the numbers. So the team is there to do all of the job applications while you're gaining the real world experience, while you're speaking to the career coach and getting the support that you want with the interviews. The dedicated team that's there for you is doing more than hundreds of job applications per week. So imagine the number of weeks that you'll be spending with us on the boot camp and all the job applications that you'll be receiving through these weeks. We're really excited to support you with all of this. And then the most important and critical part is the mock interview training. So I was talking about a student who has joined us and was able to get through the interview, not just one, we've got multiple students who've done this. We are really excited about that. And this is done through mock interview training. Now, most of you, before you go into an interview, will probably Google questions that you can anticipate. ChatGPT is there. Yes, it's a buddy. I'm not saying no. But then when you have a career coach with years of experience having placed students very, very similar to you in the US job market, and when you have a technical mentor who has years of experience having worked in the market and interviewed candidates similar to you, there is no doubt in the fact that when they support you with the mock interview training, you're getting actual real world interview training on the boot camp as well. Now, this is a very exclusive training that we have, and I love to highlight this. So let's say you have an interview lined up, you join the boot camp, and you're not sure how to navigate it, right? I'm sure you got a lot of ideas out of Google, but that's not always going to support you. You can always get on a call with your career coach as well as your technical mentor to take a mock behavioral and a mock technical interview. And this is going to give you that real confidence when you go out and do any interview process with any company. And we assure you this. So these are all of the offerings that we have. I'm sure you're as excited as we are about all of the offerings that we have. And yeah, over to you, Michelle.
So wonderful. Thank you. And so this, everyone, is one of my favorite slides. This is a list of companies that we apply to, but it's not exclusive and it's not just the only companies. It is just a handful. Unfortunately, we don't have enough room to put all of the companies that we apply to. But if you take a look and you really look at this list, you will notice that there are some of the best companies out there that have made the Fortune 500, Forbes list as some of the best places to work. And this list, another reason why is my favorite, is that because there are no consultancies on here. There are large corporations, small corporations, staffing agencies, no consultancies. We do not apply for consultancies, right? We understand that is what you are looking to get away from. We understand that. We are the opposite of a consultancy. We are an ed tech boot camp. right? But as you can see, right, you've got the Bank of America, you've got the Deloitte, right? Optum, Cognizant, Capital One, right? And a lot of these places, as Nidhi and I have been in the ed tech boot camp space for over a decade, a lot of our students, majority of our students have gone to these companies and have been very happy and very successful in them. Some of them have been able to jump around to all of these. Right. And so what we do is these are some of the companies that we work with. Again, it is not exclusive. One other thing that I do want to point out is that as our team is applying, they're not always applying to these jobs because it really depends on what the market is saying. This week, right, Accenture could be hiring. Next week, maybe not, right? And then the week after, they could be. So it really just depends. I do want to stress that it's not all the time. It really depends on what the hiring is and if they have a position open. But our team is very much aware that everything has been bookmarked. Again, they are experts. So it really, again, depends, which is why this list is not exclusive. There's just not enough room. I wish we could, but there's just so many. And then again, we are always adding more and more companies, larger companies. And yes, to alleviate your fears, companies that sponsor. So we do know that as well. We do have companies that sponsor. Oh, all right, Nidhi, back to you.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Now, in this slide, we're going to talk about how is it that the bootcamp can be shown as a real world experience in the US. This is another very, very common question that we receive from students because they're like, hey, we don't work for you. How is it that we can put this up on the resume, right? So here's how it goes up. Just to let you all know, it's very common that you can put up experiences from boot camps under your work experience section in the resume. You do not say that you're employed with us. You call yourself out as a data analytics and machine learning fellow or a fellow trainee with the bootcamp. And that lets the HR know that, hey, you're on a fellowship with the bootcamp and you're upskilling, right? And you're working on something that carries a lot of weightage. So here on an example, we do have, as Michelle did mention, we have very exciting capstone projects that you can take up with us on the bootcamp apart from the live project. So here's an example of how you can show the capstone project experience, a data analytics and a machine learning project that you can take up with us on the bootcamp. And then, of course, the live project that you have as well. So all of this can go under your work experience section. It doesn't stop there. It also goes under your education section because, of course, we're an edtech company and we are registered with the state of Ohio. So it carries a lot of weightage. And then once you have graduated from the bootcamp, you can also have this under your licensing and certification section. So I hope this clarifies on how the bootcamp can be represented on your resume. And please, I'm just going to pause here. If you have any questions, please put it up in your Q&A. In the small Q&A chat box, which is there below, we'll be happy to take it up from there. I can see that we have a few questions already lined up. We're excited to kind of take it up just after this. But yes, over to you, Michelle, first.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and thank you for calling out those great questions that are already coming in there. And so now I'm sure you're all excited of how do I apply? Where do I reach out? And so we read all of your minds. You may reach out to us and reach out to our wonderful admissions advisors at elevateme.pro. You can visit our website. There's a great little button that says apply now. It's on various different pages. Again, our website is elevateme.pro. You can also call one of our admissions advisors. They are still in the office because it's only 3:33 p.m. Friday afternoon at 614-965-8005. Again, our phone number is 614-965-8005. And should you feel more comfortable sending them an email and having them reach out to you, or if you just want to ask a question that you're a little nervous asking us, please email us at info@elevateme.pro. elevateme.pro. Again, that is INFO at elevateme.pro. But again, our application is on our website. Just find that little button that says apply now. It is very readily available to be able to see. It will take you to the application. You may fill it out, and one of our trusted admissions advisors will reach out to you and continue the process. Once again, right, thank you so much for putting in your questions. You guys very much listened to Nidhi when she said keep putting in those questions, so thank you. And now we're going to open up the floor for a little Q&A, and we'll take it from there. So
Okay, awesome.
Nidhi, you want to read that first question off?
Oh, yeah. So here's a question. How do you ensure that my resume gets shortlisted in your job application process? I think that's a great question. And Michelle, if you can just speak about the ATS resumes that we have, I think that would be.
Sure. So yeah, that ATS is a tricky little bugger. And I know everybody has, it's everybody's best friend on how do we get past it. Sometimes we say, how do we beat it? And we don't actually beat it, but we can play the game. And what we have here at Elevate Me is a great template that we work with your resume to ensure that you are getting past the system. The resume template is designed by our expert resume writers, which is also our career coach, that ensures that it is ATS compatible. And so we go through that. We make sure that it is competitive. We're also making sure that you have added all of the right skills that you are acquiring if they're not already on there. From the boot camp, we're adding, right, making sure that you're adding the Elevate Me on there, and really making sure that all of your bullets, your summary is competitive. What we do not do is a couple things. We do not write it for you, and we do not fake anything. But your resume is passing that tracking system. So that will never be the issue of you being rejected because it's not passing. That is something that we do know. The resume template has been tested over and over again on various different job boards, job sites, and everything. And so that is something that we do. Again, can't beat the system, but we do play the game very well. And so we like playing the game and playing it well.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm sure that answers. If you have a follow-up question, please feel free to put it up. We'll be more than happy to take it. Okay, here's another question. This is a good one. So the student has written, I do not have machine learning background, but then I do know data analytics. Why should I take up the data analytics and machine learning course? That's a great question. So
I love this question.
Yeah, so just to let you know, data analytics, yes, there's a lot of jobs out there in the market that requires data analytics skills. But one of the things that most students are not aware of is that just having data analytics skills, it doesn't cut it these days. Okay, there was a time in the period when just having that basic data analytics skills was sufficient. But in today's day and age, when there's so much of competition out there in the market, you need to have few extra skills to give you that extra edge as you job search. And what we've noticed is when you have machine learning skills, it's far easier to help you get placed. And we've got students placed in good companies in a short period as well, simply because of the offering that we have on the bootcamp, which includes machine learning, right? It widens the scope. It gives you opportunities to apply to a lot more companies, several other industries, and that's what we want to ensure. So just in case, okay, you do mention you have one skill and not the other, what we would recommend is that you reach out. You can even reach out to our admissions team, by the way. I'm sure our technical mentor will be able to give you some resources that you could refer to just brush up and get those skills that you're looking for. And then you can take the interviews and the test with us, and we'll be definitely able to support you on the bootcamp. So yeah, I hope that answers the questions. Okay, the next question is, I understand that you need a few things to be submitted before the job application process. Could you please elaborate a bit on that? Yeah, I'm happy to share this as well. So before our team, as we mentioned, we have a dedicated team that does the job application process. Before the team actually starts the job application, we want to make sure that you have all of the right job application materials in place, which is an ATS-friendly resume. And it should be a good LinkedIn account. It should be a good GitHub portfolio. Our team definitely is there to support you. Our career coach is skilled to make sure that you have all of the job applications material spick and span and good to go for the job application process. And once this is done, you will also have to take a mock interview with your career coach and technical mentor. Now, we're not doing this to delay the process. We're doing this just to make sure that you have the skills to crack the interviews once you start the process. If there are any areas where you need support, our team is there to support you on that. You can always take another mock interview round, and then we'll be more than happy to move you to the marketing activities. So yeah, I hope that kind of answers. I do not see any other questions on the Q&A as of now. So just to call out, if you have any questions, please feel free to put it up. We'll be more than happy to answer them. But I think, Michelle, we've done a pretty good job in answering most of the questions. It's unlike, yeah, it's usually not common for us to receive fewer questions. Maybe we were really good on the presentation and explaining things. Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I guess, yeah, I guess we did a fantastic job today.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So just waiting. We'll just wait for a few more minutes. If there's any question, please feel free to put it up. If not, you can always reach out. Okay, it's not uncommon where you might not have questions right away, but then you might have questions later. But then, yeah, if there's any other questions, please feel free to put it up. And be happy to take it.
Yep.
Okay, we do have a question that's come up, which is, can you talk to me about the real world project? Okay, this is a good question. Michelle, if you might be able to take this. See, we do not have our technical mentor on the call. He'll definitely be able to answer a lot more, even our admissions team. But yeah, Michelle, if you could just share a few details. Yeah.
Sure. So the live project is going to give you a little bit more than just the fundamentals. It's going to walk you through and you're going to work on advanced machine learning, data manipulation, statistical analysis. You'll solve real world problems because you're working with a real US-based company. So you'll really kind of understand a little bit more of that business landscape. So some of the tools that you will be working with will be Python, Tableau, Matplotlib, Jupyter Notebook, NumPy, Pandas, Jira, Confluence. You'll really be getting that hands-on experience. Each of you and your batchmates will have a particular component that you will be working on and then coming together to make sure that it all fits together. So there's a little bit of that individual and then there'll be that collective all at the end. So there is that group component to it. Again, making sure that you are collaborating together. So really understanding, right, your theoretical to turning into practical and actionable insights.
Awesome. I hope that answers. I don't see any other questions popping up, so we'll just give it another minute and then I guess we can wrap up.
So yeah, so I guess we really knocked it out of the park on this one.
This time, yes, we did.
Yeah, so fantastic. Yep. So
Okay, so
I think we're good, right?
I think we're good to go. Thanks a lot for all of you who's joined in, including those who's joined us from YouTube. Looking forward to seeing you next week. If you have more questions, please reach out to our admissions team, and we are always here to answer any questions that you have about the bootcamp.
Yes.
It was lovely doing this webinar with you, Michelle, as always.
Yes, as always, thank you, Nidhi, for being a wonderful co-host. Folks, as Nidhi shared, please join us back here next Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, where we will have another wonderful and exciting webinar. You never know what we're going to bring to you next week. So please come back, tell your friends, bring even more friends. So bring a friend and then have your friend bring a friend, and bring those friends to bring another friend and bring another question. So both Nidhi and I look forward to seeing you next week and your friend's friend. So we will see you all next week. Have a very wonderful, safe, and restful weekend, folks. See you next Friday.
Take care. Bye.
Bye, everyone.